Hi. Last session we we see how we can add the messages in the determination the framework classes, and so now we see how we can add the exception, how we can capture the exception, add the exception to the framework, and then we go and test the messages. So let's open the our class, the determination class, to set the order ID. So as you can see, the class, you open it on the execute method, go on edit. So you see here, this method, it has some kind of try catch block is available. So on the IO modify, whenever we do some modification and pushing the changes to framework, if there is any failure happen, we catch the exception. And let's do some kind of mm, exception handling, and I'll add some, so I'll capture this exception. Okay, and once I capture that, so in the last class we see how we can generate the message object using the factory method, and in this message object we have a option, so go for it, and then you just press control space. So you can see here there are different methods are available. There is a one method you can see here is a add exception. If you select that, you can see in the small box, so it is accept your exception as a importing parameter as a type of to cs, um, type of to cs root. Yeah, I can see in the right side type ref to cx root and the IO node and IV key and the attribute. So this one you can utilize it to add your exception to the framework object. So let's press control. Let's select that and use the control shift. Use a control space first. So it will provide you that option. Select it and then press control enter. So it will provide you all the signature of the method. So it accept your exception, and I'll match this value straight away because so these all the catches exceptions will have the superclasses your CX root. So automatically this one accept the type of this one can be passed like that. So I'll pass the node key. So node key is our no. You can use this option, or otherwise we can use this way from the constants interface. Okay, to see how we can see a C node. Okay, so we know this has been modeled on the root node. So your is node key as well as root node will have the same value. So this will on this instance, so for which instance we are writing, I'll put this as instance as a key. These all are optional information. If you want, you can pass it. So I will also pass it. Just want to make sure that if I want to refer at any place, we can use this. Okay, so this is a way you can add your exception, capture your exception inside your class, and then add the exception to your framework message objects. Sorry for it. Then do the check. Um, okay, so it says it's not comfortable. Let me check the signature of it. Mm, okay, it is this type. As for my understanding, this should be a string. Okay, it says character 30 attribute name. Okay, so obviously ours is a string. This one is a string. You can do the casting value just like this should work. Um, no, that's going to be a cost. Conversion. Yeah, it. will throw the error warning message, redundant conversion. Okay, syntax clear, no found. Okay, it's active. So we are just make sure that this is string type always. If you go and check our constants interface, this attribute defined as a string type, but it will accept this OBM name. So just conversion to make sure only the attribute names are passed. So now we done with the implementation of the class. We activated it. So let's open the separate session and slash in s our test code to test our messages, whatever we are raising it. Yeah, the exception obviously when there is any failure, that's the only point in time we can test it, but we can see the message what we implemented as a success message for the order ID. We can see it on the business object test T code. Okay, so we have our business object and let's load the instance, or maybe you can go and start with the, you can by query select all. So we want to test it the message, so we add a new instance. Let's add it. You can see only I have these attributes are editable, remaining are all are in read only mode. Let's type message one. I just want to call out clearly. You can give any customer ID and message at the rate of s.com. So I don't want to mark it for deletion. I'll put it as new. I'll put that value here and let's see. So we pass the value for all the parameter and press save. See, you have the date and timestamp user ID. The determination for change history is working, and determination to pull our order ID is working. In that, we have the message is being raised. It's just saying order 009 successfully saved successfully. That's a message which we raised it. It's also be added here. So this is a way you can test your business object with the messaging part. Thank you.